These are the unsung heroes behind the ATP World Tour, the point of contact between the players and the tournaments worldwide. Allow us to introduce the tour managers.
We got to take care of all the communication that happens between the players and the tournament. We are out there to represent the players in all sign-ins to start with, just making sure that the players' interests are being well taken care of.
We have players coming in and out all the time asking questions about scheduling, rules, calendars, anything related to them.
These guys hear a lot of questions all the time. So I know firsthand that these guys, it is behind the scenes, it is downstairs in the, near the locker room area. They're working very hard.
Basically be the liaison between the players and the tournament. So we're their voice, and we try to be there for them the best we can, and we know there's a lot of issues that can come up throughout the tournament, and then we do our best to take care of the players.
I'd say they have probably the toughest job in tennis. They have a very, very tough job, but most of them do a great job.
As soon as something happens, we're out there to discuss it. We want to make sure that everybody's informed, so nobody's left out without any idea about especially important things that happen. So we try to make sure that we speak to as many people as possible, and we're open for discussion. I mean, the guys know our numbers, phone numbers as well, so they're always welcome to talk to us, and we want to make sure that they know that.
One of the job's key elements is the tricky task of scheduling.
Scheduling is it is a puzzle. We're there basically to protect the players and make sure that their requests come up, and make sure we're looking to the best so they can be rested and be ready for playing, and then the fairness of their schedule.
Have to take into consideration a lot of things, people being involved, players being involved with previous week's tournaments, TV interests, spectator interests as well on site, and it's just a lot of balancing, and it's a great process.
The tour manager's office is the heartbeat of any event. It's here the players catch up with all of the up-to-the-minute news.
The board is something that is extremely important for the guys. I mean, that's the one of the places that I get most information from. That's why we really want to keep it up to date at all times, because when the players come in, that's the first thing they look. They look into the board, they try to see the results from previous weeks, the current results, any withdrawals from future tournaments, any new lists coming up, or detail sheets up. So all that thing is really important.
The one vital characteristic all of the tour managers share is a simple one: a true love of the game.
Well, I was working for the Italian tournaments, and I was being passionate about tennis, the game, the rules, and they had an opening, and I applied for it, and I was lucky enough to get the job, and it was the biggest moment of my life.
Well, I've been in tennis for all my life. I mean, played tennis when I was young, and was able to get an education in the United States playing tennis, college tennis. Then I met some of the former tour managers, and I was able to always follow a little bit what's going on tour, and it just happened to be, I was able to see the posting of this job, and then it's just I was in the right place at the right time. So.
For these guys, this is more than a job. It's a way of life, and above all, a privilege.
For people like me, this is as good as it gets. It's fascinating. You learn to be one of them, to think like them, to live like them, and to have their the same mentality, that you really get very close to the players, and you learn so much from them.
I personally love the game so much, and it makes every day at work just a pleasure.
For me, this is a dream, because you see the behind the scenes, you see what the preparation of a player, you see what they do in the locker room before and after the match. So you're part of that history, which is fantastic. It's a dream come true,
They are just doing a fantastic job, because they are doing their best every time. They are very nice to everyone, and never complaining about what they have to do, and so a lot of respect for them.